Hey guys, pleased to come back to another video, and today's video is going to be a review and first impressions of this Morphe 35M palette. The reason I picked up this palette is because I've been wanting the James Charles palette, but it is sold out everywhere and it sells out super fast, so I just really got tired of trying to get it. So if you're someone like me and still want a colorful palette, this would be a really good palette for you to get. First of all, it's cheaper than the James Charles. I think the James Charles one's for $40. I got this palette from Ulta for $24, so that's a really good steal. It's very pigmented. Morphe has bomb shadows. It's very pigmented. As you can tell, it has a lot of shades in here that you can use for the summer, the winter time, the fall time, pretty much whenever. And this is the look I came out with. So if you want to see my review of this palette and how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm first going to start on my eyes. I'm going to take this LA Colors Cover Up Concealer right here. I'm going to use this to carve out my brows. I'm just going to carve out the bottom, and I went in with this LA Colors Brow Pencil. And I'm going to also use this as my eyeshadow primer. I'm actually going to go in with my MAC Paint Pot, and this is in Soft Ochre because I want to make sure that this is going to, the shadows are going to show up pigmented. So I'm just going to take this and prime my eye. Okay, so here's the palette. It's also by Morphe, and it's the 35M palette. And I was able to get this palette from Ulta, so I didn't have to go online to get it. And this is how it looks. Now, it's not the exact same as the James Charles palette, but it's very similar. So if you're someone who, you know, been wanting the palette and can get your hands on it because it's always sold out, or if you want something just cheaper that's very similar, then this is a really good palette because it has, I think, 5 shades less than the James Charles palette has. But the James Charles palette is like $40 and this one was only $24. So you're saving a whole lot of money. And you're getting basically similar shades. The only difference is that the James Charles palette has more shades, and it also has blue in the palette, but I'm not really a blue person, so I really wouldn't need, you know, blue eyeshadow. But this was just something that I figured would be helpful for me because I did want to use color, but the James Charles palette was just, it was never in stock, so I decided to save some money and to just get something very similar. It does come with a little sheet that has the names on it. I'm going to try to use this. It's going to be very hard. So I'm going to go in with the shade called Peachy Ken, and it's this brown shade over here. I'm going to use that as my transition color. And if you have used Morphe shadows, you know they are bomb, especially for their price, because their products are really cheap and you get a lot of shadows for the price. This is, I think, my third or fourth palette from them. I'm trying to figure out what type of shadow I want to do today. I want to do something very different, so I think I might go in with these greens up here. These greens look very like interesting, so I think I'm going with those. So I'm gonna go in with the shade, this one is called Hello Sunshine, I believe. It's just this green right here, and I'm going to use this as my kind of transition color to bring in the greens. Next, I'm going to take a pencil brush, and I'm going to take this dark forest green shade over here, and this shade is called Green with Envy, and I'm just going to place this in my outer V. I'm going to use the same concealer I used to clean up my brows, and I'm going to just map out my eyelid. I think this works better for my skin tone when it comes to colors because sometimes colors will not show up on my skin tone. So putting down a concealer base before the shadow for the lid usually works a lot better. So that's why I like using this method. And I use this for all shadows from all brands. I'm going to take a dirty eyeshadow brush because I have not washed my brushes. I'm going to take the shade in this corner. It's called Shin Stealer, something like that. It's just this kind of, I don't know what kind of color this is. I'm just going to go straight in without adding any like Fix Plus or anything like that, and just apply this on the lid. Wow, it has like green reflexes in it. The base of it is kind of like a gray, but it has like green reflexes in it. Oh, this is so pretty. Wow. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but my eyes look so freaking good. They're like metallically and glowing. Now think about how this would look if I put like a spray on this first, but I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm going to next take this shade right here, and this is called Electric Energy, and I'm gonna place that right on top of that shadow because I just want something really bright in the middle. I'm hoping you can see this on camera. Like, can you? Like, so I want to go in and do my face makeup, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that and then come back to you guys once that is done. Okay, my face makeup is on. I haven't put on highlighter yet, but I'm going to go back into the palette. I'm going to do my under eye. I'm going to take the same shade I use in my outer crease, which is the shade Green with Envy, this one right here, and place that under my eye, my waterline. Then I'm going to go in with this shade right here called Pop Star, this gold. I'm going to put that in my inner corner. I'm going to highlight with the shade I used in my inner corner because I feel like it would just tie in very well with this look. And I just used my All Nighter setting spray from Urban Decay. I'm going to go in and put on my mascara. I'm going to choose a lip, and then I'm going to come back to you guys. We're going to talk about this palette. So this is the end of the look that I came up with using the Morphe 35M palette. Now, like I said, this palette is just similar to the James Charles palette. It's not the exact same. But if you're impatient like I am and really don't feel like paying $40 and still want a palette that is very colorful and has pretty shades in it and is affordable, $24, you really can't beat that from Morphe. So if you want to get something just into the James Charles palette, kind of calms down, you're able to get your hands on it, which I would probably still get the James Charles palette, is only because I'm a YouTuber, so I would want to review it for you guys and things like that. But if you want to get something in the meantime, this would be a great palette to get. As you tell, my look came out very nice. You don't have to do a dark look like I did. You can do a lot of looks with this palette. As you can see that it had purples and pinks in it, so you can do something for the fall or for the summer. You really have a lot of, you know, leeway with this palette. You can do a lot of things with it. So I am so glad I bought this palette. I just wanted to show you guys that you do not have to buy the latest and greatest to get, you know, a similar look. And I love this palette and I love the price for it, and I'm glad I got it. Like I said, would I still get the James Charles palette? I probably would get it when it's not so popular, probably a couple months from now. But I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys like this look. If you did, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe, like up this video, and comment down below any other videos you want to see. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.